Alright, fine folks, it looks like the players are back. They are ready for, this isn't ideal, is it? Looks like they're ready for game 2. Game 2 we're going to be on Nobody Knows How to Say It.
Yeah. There we go, that's cleaned up.
That would be pretty funny if Grey Raven just decided to switch races halfway through the final. Yeah, it looks like we're ready. Let's, yeah.
Excellent.
Let's get involved.
So we go into game 2 on
Alcyone. I'm going to call it Alcyone. 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 I don't know.
Best of luck to the players here. I'm hoping we see something
Alcyone.
a little more aggressive out of
Alcyone.
Okay.
Alrighty, let me introduce to you the players. In the bottom left, we have got Super V.
That's top right.
That is top right. And in the top right, yeah, in the bottom left, we have got Grey Raven. Okay, is she going to do something different? Is she going to try and mix it up? I don't know.
Standard openings.
Yep. Normal.
Will we see an early gas?
I want to see a 12 pull.
You want to see a 12? I would love to see a 12 pull. It's hatch first.
Yep. Hatch first, and it is, I think, by the looks of the timing, they came down roughly the same as last game. So you can kind of tell by the rally point from this Rax that it's going to be Reaper. You know, if we follow that, that is you sending a Reaper the whole way across the map. Interestingly, it is quite possible to open Marine first, and you know that Grey Raven is going to scout directly across the map. If you send your first Marine to here, there is a very strong chance you snipe that first Overlord, and that hurts a lot if you are the Zerg player. But I've never seen Super V go for that style of opening. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, it is hatch gas pull from Grey Raven, which doesn't really mean anything because that is nearly always how you open a Zerg, unless you're going to do a 12 pull or something completely freakish. This is an early CC, so pretty similar to last game so far. Yeah.
Comes our Reaper across the map. It's an interesting map, this one. Split, the bottom half of the map is completely inaccessible unless they mine out that gold down there. And you've got this lovely choke point here in the centre.
First job for the Reaper, check the timing on this hatch. If this hatch isn't finished, you know something weird is definitely on its way. But the hatch is finished and there are workers mining here, so you know everything's absolutely normal. This is, you know, at pro level, they always call this the skill check, don't they? The Reaper comes in, dances about, fires a few shots, and the idea is, as the Zerg, you have to cycle your lings around so that you don't lose one, Abby. However, the main thing here is to get this worker done and build in the hatch and say, oh, that hurts a lot. Again, the third is denied by the Reaper. And that's just a little bit painful, especially when it had an escort.
Almost denied for a moment by her own lings there.
Yeah, I think possibly it was, but that does hurt. Arguably, maybe better to just settle for an extractor for a second until you can chase the Reaper off. Now, the Queen can come out and can definitely babysit a worker to go across and get the hatchery done, but Abby really does need to get on that as soon as possible. She has only 2 workers in front, but that doesn't necessarily mean very much at this stage, because Zergs can catch up pretty quickly on that.
We've got Hellions coming down, same. It is very much the same build coming out of Super V here.
Yep.
We've got our Hellions coming out, and some Harass going to go across the map in a minute or so.
So you'd have to expect, similar to before, send the Liberator in, send the Hellions through the front door, see what the Hellions can get done, while the Liberator distracts your opponent. So what you're really looking to do is test the multitasking of your opponent. Liberators can be sent in with a shift click so that you don't really have to babysit them while you micro your heart out with your 2 Hellions or your 4 Hellions and look like a rock star. Your opponent has to be in 2 places at once and you don't.
Okay, we're going up to 6 Hellions here. I think I would have liked to see the 4 just go straight across.
We are first person view here with Abby.
Creep
Spread in
spreading.
a bit of creep, which is good. The creep spread was slightly lacking in the last game. First person view here for Super V. Little bit of housekeeping at home. But the Hellions, yeah, Hellions just now moving out across the map. So yeah, he really wants to get that wall finished up. Let's see how this timing goes. So the Liberator,
The army
little bit of
supply
micro
here.
on that.
We're returning fire!
Let's have a look. So Liberator gets nothing done so far, but here come the Hellions. How much? This is quite a lot of Hellion. Is this more than last time or the same number? They're pretty bunched up. The block with the Queen is decent, but there's no pull on the workers. Oh no!
That's a lot of toasted workers.
The Hellions even getting away. Okay. This feels slightly reminiscent of last game. There was a 10 worker damage done by the Hellions, but last time she got all the Hellions. This time, they're going to escape. Oh, these Lings can't fight. Damn. This is not the start to game 2 that Abby was looking for. So, up in the production tab, the delayed third coming down for Abby, and 1-1 has just started.
Which will be ahead of our Terran, but the army supply and the worker supply both down for Grey Raven.
It's that worker deficit
She's
that
got
really
money in the
concerns
bank,
me.
but she needs to spend it. She needs to spend it to catch up. Her APM is way up right now, though. It was.
Yeah.
Way up on last game. I think we were at 72 average last time around now. Maybe a little earlier.
All right. So, what's in the Mendes? Double Evo, and Benling Nest is about to finish up. No sign of roaches yet from Abby, which
And
is
roaches would have shut down that push.
they actually would. So when is she gonna fall back onto a roach build?
Yeah, which we know, we've seen in previous games, she plays a great roach build.
Yeah, it's a slightly modified version of Dark's roach all-in. Obviously, when Dark does it at 600 APM, and so it's pretty crisp and hard to defend. But I will settle for a roach all-in just to stop the rot. This is a reasonable number of bends.
That is a lot of banelings.
Benling's speed, though, is a long way off. But really what we need is more aggression. She needs to get into her opponent's face, and that is hard to do when you're fighting a worker deficit. So Super V moving out across the map.
The army supply again really telling here.
Bad times. This is going to be very hard to defend. So she cannot possibly fight this off creep. Does need to wait for the Terran army to be fully on creep, because these are slow Benlings. Benlings fighting their way past the Lings do actually get the connects they needed. So most of the Terran army is cleaned up. This Queen cannot fight that many Hellions with medevac support. So what is left in the tank here? What is in production? There are 26 Lings in production, but they're not on the map yet. The workers are standing still. Why aren't they running? That is a very slow worker pool.
Those Hellbats are still going to trade.
And the Hellbats are going to trade really well. There's no Benlings. Benling speed has just finished up though, but there's no Benlings in production.
There are mines too.
Oh, nobody wants to be taking this fight. It's horrible. We want Lings in open space. Lings trapped into a choke like that never trade well against anything really, and they definitely don't trade well when something's doing splash damage. I don't know, this does not look promising. The worker supply is not terribly far behind for Grey Raven, but she's only got 2 bases. The workers are here ready to try and get a wrapper on. There's 2 Marauders here, and weirdly, workers trade reasonably well with Marauders. Lings, Banelings, not so much, and it is GG! Super V just cracking out the exact same build and making it work for a second time.
Yeah.
Abby needs to find a way to
We
stop
need
it.
to see some